What's up, millennials? Today we're going to do a very quick video about Disney because they just released news about their reorganization. So we're going to take a look at that, and we're going to also take a look at the technical analysis. We're going to look at the charts. So let's go. Alright, so here we've got the news about Disney. Walt Disney announces reorganization to focus on streaming. Let's just take a look. Disney is going all in on streaming media. On Monday, the company announced a massive reorganization of its media and entertainment business that will focus on developing productions that will debut on its streaming and broadcast services. And Disney's media businesses, ads and distribution, and Disney Plus will now operate under the same business unit, the company said. Its major reorganization comes just days after activist investor Dan Loeb, a major investor in the company through his Third Point Capital hedge fund, called on Disney to cancel its dividend and redirect more investments into streaming. That's very interesting, right? Because just a few days ago, this guy, Dan Loeb, was actually telling Disney pretty much that they needed to cut their dividends and put that money back into the business to invest more into streaming. And that seems to be exactly what they're going to do. Now, the question is Disney actually going to cut their dividends as well? That's going to be an important question. So now let's take a look at the next part. This reorganization will accelerate our growth in the dynamic direct-to-consumer space, which is key to the future of our company. The new organizational structure, with content creation distinct from distribution, will enable us to be more effective and nimble in creating what consumers want most and delivering it in the way they prefer to consume it. I really love this because I always love it when companies are actually focused on the consumers, right? And not on investors or anyone else. They need to focus on the consumers. I really like that. So under this new structure, our company's world-class creative engines will be able to focus wholly on developing and producing great original content. This is also something I like quite a lot because this really seems a lot like what Netflix is doing, right? They do pretty much exactly the same. They produce their own original content. And I really like that Disney is going to be doing the same thing. Now, if you continue reading, we see that the production of new material for Disney's many provinces of intellectual property will fall under three groups: studios, general entertainment, and sports. Let's take a look at this. Studios will run all of the company's development activities for live action and animated productions coming from Walt Disney Animation Studios, Pixar Animation Studios, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilm, 20th Century Studios, and Searchlight Pictures. And then general entertainment, that will serve the same function for the company's 20th Television and ABC Signature and Touchstone Television Productions, along with its news divisions, Disney Channels, Freeform, FX, and National Geographic. And then one of the most interesting things for me is that sports will focus on ESPN and sports productions, including live events and original and non-scripted sports-related materials for cable channels ESPN Plus and ABC, the company said. Now, what I'm really wondering is if these sports are just going to be normal sports or if they're also going to be focusing on esports. Because I personally believe that esports is actually going to be very great, very massive as well in the future. And I really wonder if Disney is also going to look into streaming of video games as well, right? As we can see, for example, on Twitch, for example. That could be something interesting as well. And as we can see over here, the company plans to hold an investor day on December 10th to unveil more of its direct-to-consumer strategies. So I think December 10th is going to be a very important day for everyone out there, for investors as well. Just put that into your agenda and see what they are going to announce on that day. Now let's take also a look at a quick comment that Dan Loeb made pretty much in response to what Disney has said. And as we can see over here, Dan Loeb said the following: We are pleased to see that Disney is focused on the same opportunity that makes us such enthusiastic shareholders, investing heavily in the direct-to-consumer business, positioning Disney to thrive in the next era of entertainment. I really think that the last words, the next era of entertainment, is very massive. I believe that there are many companies out there which might be like a little bit the traditional companies, but I really like that Disney is actually trying to completely reorganize, restructure their company to make sure that they are prepared for the future, for this pretty like new world of streaming, right? Now let's take a quick look at the graph as well. As we can see right over here, we've got the 15-minute chart, and right now Disney isn't trading just yet because the market is going to go open in about 30 minutes right now. As we can see, the price has shot up a lot from right here where we ended yesterday until the high over here, which was almost 6% in the pre-market. Now it has come down a little bit, so right now it's still up about 3%, but I think in general this is going to be pretty good news for investors out there. Let's also take a quick look at the daily chart over here. Let's see if we can load that. Yes, we can. What we can see over here is that there is still some room left to go until we reach the previous all-time highs, which we had over here in November 2019. If we take the cursor from about here, where pre-market is trading right now, until the previous highs, then we can see that we would still have 19% to go until we would reach these all-time highs again. What we can also see is that we're in an uptrend right now. If we zoom in a little bit, we can see a large series of higher lows. Low over here, higher low, higher low, higher low, etc., 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 etc. So that's pretty good. We've got some higher highs as well, higher high, and a higher high. Let's take a quick look at the RSI. It looks very good as well. It seems to be crossing the exponential moving average. We can see over here as well that we have some bullish divergence. It's slight, but it's there. We can see if we go back to a normal candlestick chart, we can see a low over here and a lower low over there. But on the RSI, we can see a low and a higher, slightly higher low over there, which is bullish divergence, which is a good sign that we could see a reversal coming right here. So that could be very nice. If we take a quick look at the stochastics, we also see a very nice cross back to the upside. So that seems pretty good as well. And if we take a quick look at the MACD, same thing happening over here. It's going to cross back up, and that seems to be very nice as well. So let's see if we can go back to the previous highs of November 2019. All right, so there you have it, a very quick video about Disney, its reorganization, its technical analysis as it stands right now. And as you can probably notice, I'm quite bullish about this news, about the technical analysis. But still, this is not financial advice. It doesn't mean that you need to buy this stock right now. But it could be a very good moment to look into Disney stock if you're actually willing to buy this stock in the future. So I hope this video has given you some value. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!